And so, what is up to all you guys, all y'all out there? Thank y'all for tuning in and checking out the content today. Nice morning. It's cool in the Philippines. It's a nice, cool, enjoyable day. Got my workout on at the gym. Feel a lot better. Day starts a lot better every time you're working out and whatnot. So, but a couple things I was thinking about bringing up and talking about. If you do decide to come to the Philippines, I'm trying to think. Maybe I should have. It's nighttime and it's Friday night in the United States. So shout out to all y'all. Thank you for the thumbs up. It doesn't show who's watching, but it shows that somebody's watching. So appreciate that. But today, just chilling. A couple of things I wanted to talk about and bring up because it was something that somebody else said, and it got me to thinking. And I was kind of like, you know what, man? A lot of people don't really bring that stuff up, and it's the expectations that a lot of people have when they come over here. And give me a second because I want to clean this camera lens off. There we go. Much better. Ooh, much better. Much better. But the expectations of traveling, depending on where you go, you have to change it. Now, my goal is I want to go climb Mount Pinatubo or Mount Ararat, and they have tour guides. So if you want to go, you can be one of the passengers in the tour, which is cheaper if it's a tour of 10 to 5. Otherwise, you have to pay the full price. And I think it's like 5,000 pesos or something. Don't quote me on it. I looked at it a little bit because I looked at it a little bit last time, and I still got time to do it if I have to join a tour to go do it. But then I've also talked to people, and they say you can do it yourself. You just need to arrange it with the locals that live out there. Uh, Tell the barangay police or whatever that you're going to be going here, so that somebody knows where you're at, and then convey that information that okay, this is where you're going. The police know that you're going there, so it's got some steep places and stuff. So that's kind of what I've been researching the past 2 days. I was thinking going to Thailand. I could still go to Thailand within the budget, but I don't think I want to use all of my budgeted money here. I think I'll just go back home with it. I don't have to use all of it. So it's kind of one of those type things. But shout out to all of you guys, whatever y'all got going on. If you have any questions, anything related to traveling the oil field that I've got any experience on, I am more than welcome to share it with you. So let me check the comments. Alexis McCullough 5761. Thank you for all your advice. I landed a job with Belly Energy in North Dakota and killed her, and I've been doing it since November. Hopefully I can last until November. I just want to thank you. Rich, man, thank you. appreciate that, bro. I'm happy that you are doing good for yourself. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that you have been able to help yourself, help your family, help your goals, accomplish what you want to do and where you want to get and where you're trying to get to in life. And if I can, for any of y'all that, and for any of y'all that's interested in getting started in the oil and gas industry, Belly Energy. Hey Alexis, what is Belly Energy? I'm trying to think. I've heard of Belly Energy. I gotta look that up real quick. Can I zoom out? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Production water to from tanks to disposal. Dude, that's some of the best work. Hauling water, going from the tanks. Well, yeah, like the well pads. Like if you got a production route, that's some of the best consistent, especially when they got consistent. You know, you're gonna get that consistent 12, 13, 14 hours. It can get monotonous, but no, it is what it is. But I've done it. I've enjoyed it, but it can get kind of boring because you tend to do the same wells unless you know they're moving you around and stuff. Then it's like, because if I remember correctly, Bell was in Killdeer. Because I think Bell and I don't know if Justin is still around. Uh, Justin, Justin trucks or Justin tanks. He only had about 5 or 6 trucks, but I think they had an account with somebody, and and that's kind of how they, that's kind of how they made their money. You know, like, but you'll see the Filipinos cover their face when they're walking by and stuff. But I'm not trying to record them, but they just happen to be walking by, and I'm outside in the public. But shout out to all y'all that check out. I have over 24 years of experience. I've been having my CDL since 21. Man, all I can say is, bro, I wish I'd have. I mean, personally, I think I did pretty good. I got into the oil field after my second full year of driving, so I was fully comfortable with driving. And I started doing tanker in the oil field. And I think I had hazmat and tanker at the time, so it was an easy transition for me. To save up and invest as much of that money as you possibly can, because the oil field has ups and downs, it has peaks and valleys, and you want to be in a good position to where you can last. And when the market falls off, something changes, you just go vacation, you just go somewhere. When you're consistent, you do good work, or your business provides a good service to your customer, people will remember your name and they will call you. And that is the name of the game in the oil and gas industry. Consistency and quality of work. Alex McCullough says, I kind of want to get on with, okay. Alex McCullough says, I kind of want to get on with Halliburton with my experience driving for 24 years, and now I'm about to add one year of 10-year experience, and then this next, hopefully, I can get on. Dude, Halliburton ain't bad, man, but now that you're in the oil field, like Halliburton is just one of many options. It just depends on what you're looking to do. If you're just looking to stay in the truck, you got you got way better options than Halliburton. Um, if you're hauling water, you can go do fuel. You're depending on if you're getting paid hourly or percentage. Like Rolfus Oil is, I think, between $30 to $40 an hour or something like that. I think it might even be $38 an hour, and I think they subtracted $1 an hour for housing. But I talked with a guy and he said, man, they were paying them $40 an hour minus $1 an hour for housing. I'm like, yeah, you can't beat that. So Robinson's paying as long as your price of your living is low. And actually, I know a guy. I can't remember what his name is, but I know a guy that works at Robinson. I just thought about that. Like, yeah, I worked with him at Purity, and fuel pays good money, and fuel is consistent year round. They transition to different stuff, but diesel fuel is year round because that equipment has to have the diesel. Then they have heating fuel in the wintertime. So, and then if you don't want to do that, you can go do the long runs where you go take the big tanker, fill it up, then bring it back to offload at the yard. Then you've got condensate. Condensate pays good money. Propane, natural gas, that stuff pays good money. Hell, damn, bro, Sir Terrace, I think it's S-E, Certus or Sir Terrace. It's a natural gas company, and um, anyway, they do, I think they do liquid nitrogen. Nitrogen is another one that pays good money in the oil field, and it pays even better if you know how to run the nitrogen pump. So that's another option for you. I know I'm missing some stuff. Being a hot oiler, heating up the water all the hours you want, especially in the wintertime and when it's cold. It slacks off during the summertime, but usually that company does other stuff. But if Bell is solid and you good with them, man, ride that stuff out to the end, bro. And also, once you get a year worth of tanker driving experience, once you get 1 year of tanker driving experience, you can count that as 2 or 3. Because once you've done tanker, you kind of, once you get the process down, which you can have it down in like 30 days, 30 to 45 days, let's say at the most 90, but really 30 days you have the process down. It's just different places that have different procedures that you would have to, just get to know how they do it there. Some places require, no matter what, you've got to put your grounding rod on before you hook up. Some places don't. Some places they tell you yeah, but they don't really mean that. They're just telling you that normal routine stuff. Some places require you to suck back out of the hose because they don't want you blowing air into the system, air into the pipes. But you blow air into the pipes, now that air is locked in that pipe underneath the ground. So when you leave, the next person tries to push water, and they're pushing against that air. And it could be a headache, a problem, and then plus that air is going back into that tank, and it has some filters to go through. So you're trying to think how to put it. You're blowing air, which is blowing those filters up through that through that filter pot. So whatever's supposed to be catching in there, it's not. You know, because if somebody is, depending on which disposal you go to, some of them may just be an open disposal where you're just blowing the water into it. It doesn't really matter if you blow air into it because it's an open system. So the water gets blows into it, goes into the tank, and then you know the stuff gets filtered out separately. Versus some places there's a filter pot, and you may have to clean those out depending on which disposal you go into, especially like an unmanned disposal, and you go off in there to unload. Somebody then blew a bunch of paraffin and sand and dirt and trash and stuff all up in the filters. So if you get there and you hauling water and you notice that you go to hook up, you start hauling, my bad, you hook up, you go to start blowing the water off, you start unloading. You sit there and you look at that your gauge. If you don't see it move after about 5 minutes, like okay, the filters are probably stopped up. You give it another 3-4 minutes, that gauge hasn't moved at all. You know, kind of just bump it with your hand. The filters are probably plugged off. Fine. Close it off. Relieve the pressure. Relieve the pressure. You can leave your pump on because it shouldn't take you that long. Make sure you bleed the pressure off of the filter pot before you go to open it. And open up the top. Like I said, make sure you bleed the pressure off. Open up the top. Check the filters. If they've got extra filters or a box in there, just take the old ones out, put new ones in. And there's different filters for different grades of media, material. Some of them filter debris, particles only. Some of them filter oil also. So if you've got a lot of oil in your water, you're just going to plug off over and over. But your company is going to tell you where to go, where to take what disposal to go to. Secure disposals have always been kind of cool because Secure usually has, some snacks and bottles of water, stuff like that. I think Goodnight is the one that, like the guys would cook the food that work there and stuff. So. And also, if you do decide to go to a disposal and they've got like some open food, like pretzels or something, in a bowl, don't eat that. Because you'll be surprised. Every day, she walks back and forth, asking people for money. I saw her last year, and she does this walk every day. And she's less aggressive than she used to be. I think, like, she done got snapped on enough times, she done, like finally chilled out. But, yeah, see, there she goes again. I think she is consistent as warmth in the Philippines. I'm in the Philippines, Angeles City, right now. Looking at some other places to go. Shout out to you guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for checking out the content. I know some of y'all are where you're at, doing whatever you're doing, but Angeles City, Philippines. Walking streets. I think it's 9 a.m. or 8 a.m. I'm waiting on the UFC main event to start because I'll catch the highlights later. Yeah, you said, yeah, I have no children. I'm 45 years of age, so I could be out there with no responsibilities. I do have a house, though. Alexis McCullough, time for you to come to the Philippines if you hadn't been here already, or Thailand. Next slowdown or vacation time you get, come out here and just come see. Why? Why you go over there? Why? Why there? I've had this discussion with so many other foreigners that I've met here, and especially like the brothers and stuff that I've met here. And you can't really explain it to somebody back home. The best way I could put it is, imagine never leaving your home state. And when you think about it, in the United States, you can never leave your home state. It's people that have never left California. It's people that have never left Montana, Florida, Mississippi, New York, you name it. They have no reason to. But then some of us have a desire for more and a desire for adventure that can't be satisfied where you're at. And that's really it. I don't have a magic answer that'll satisfy anybody or make somebody else feel like, yeah, that makes sense to them. I like the adventure. I'm going to Antarctica. Don't know when, but I know I'm going there. Maybe you can't go to Antarctica. We'll see. But I'm gonna go put my hands on some ice, and I'm talking about the dirt part of Antarctica. I ain't talking about just like, okay, there's an iceberg, let me go touch that, and I can call it. Alex McCullough says, I have been to the Philippines 4 times. I've been to Cebu. Okay, you know what's up. My best friend twice is from there, so I've been there 4 times already. Then you know what's up. Alex, once you started traveling, bro, you already knew. There was no going back. It's just the financial part of transitioning from one place to another, and then the resources that you make and the people that you meet. And I want to say you kind of put in some roots, or you kind of plant some seeds to venture out a little further. So I guess that's a good way to put it. You have a tree, and your tree is where it's from, and your roots are where you're from, and the people that you knew, and your family, and that you've grown up with. But then you want to spread out further. But the only way to do that is to actually do it. So whoever you are, wherever you're from, whatever you're doing, take that leap of faith on yourself, man. I'm here in a totally different country because I said, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. So, but what is up with you guys? I've been talking long enough. And Halliburton's not bad. I think anybody can make Halliburton work. Just understand Halliburton isn't the best paid. They're the best benefit, process, and system company, but they're not the best paid. And Halliburton is also who you know. Halliburton really is who you know. The last Halliburton guys I talked to, frat guys I talked to, they were trying to get away from Halliburton. But also, Halliburton will build up a huge number of people, and then Halliburton will, market starts going down. I'll give you an example. Let's say Halliburton has 20 frac units running, frac fleets. When stuff slows down, Halliburton's gonna start subtracting frac fleets, and then take the people that want to stay and the people that they keep, and then put them on other fleets. So now you have an overstacked fleet, and then Halliburton to keep doing that as the demand decreases, and then they'll spread back out once the demand increases. That's why people work at Halliburton and leave and then go back. And also, I think Halliburton still has the stock option stuff. Can you buy property in Thailand? I think Thailand is kind of like the Philippines. You can buy it if you're married to a Thai. Like here, you can have businesses. There are ways around it. It's called a contract, where you'll lease the land or building or however that works for 25 years. Then you have the option to renew it another 25 years after that. So some of these businesses, whether they're Korean, Australian, or European, the American ones are leasing them from somebody. The other businesses here that are American owned, they're American owned through marriage, or they're owned through contract. But that contract stuff, from what I was told, man, I got to talk to a Filipino lawyer and I'll interview him. SoCal Trucker. SoCal, it's time for you to visit Asia, man, if you haven't already. Shout out to SoCal Trucker. Shout out to Jordan Jimenez. And shout out to Alex McCullough. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm just sitting there chilling. I done went and had my gym workout for the day. I walked back. Gonna stop by Phillies and watch the UFC fight. And that's pretty much gonna be the start of my day. And I'm gonna go do some more blogging and YouTube video recording and stuff. SoCal Trucker. That's who got the money. SoCal got the money. SoCal just kind of, SoCal, you don't put that out there, but you got the money. You just kind of, you stay to yourself. You know, you hop in and out. You say what's up. You stir the pot a little bit, and then you get back to making money. But I ain't talking about nothing today. I'm just talking about a little bit of any and everything. I've been trying to find some better spots to make some lives from. But trying to find good quality Wi-Fi is a tour in itself. Eclipse has good Wi-Fi. This is a bar. They be bumping at night. I think they are from 6 in the evening to 6 in the morning. And trying to find some place that doesn't have music playing. Like, good luck with that. Not only that, you go into a place like a gym, like the gym I go to. Hey, can y'all turn the music down? They turn the music down. You walk off. 5 minutes later, they turn it right back up. If you go turn the music down, you walk off. 5 minutes later, they turn it right back up. But that's my complaint about the Philippines. So Cal, you got the money, bro. I I have peeped that from a while ago. SoCal, I've been running this business, doing this thing, and just enjoying life along the way. And I'm trying to do the same thing. In Japan, they don't know English. Dude, when you get out of here, Filipinos speak usable English. What I mean by that is I sent my son out there. Where you at? I mean, Andres is a fun place, but it's really a tourist trap. But the city itself is set up as a tourist trap. It's not just this Walking Street part. It's not just what's around here. Once you've been here long enough to see the tourist trap part of it, then the more you walk, Like for example, I can buy fruits and vegetables on Walking Street, the fields, up Don Chuco. That's the price for oranges, apples, all your fruits and vegetables. I think I got a fruit stand video on here somewhere. It's one price. Same thing if you want to buy some clothes and knickknacks, hats. Oh, that's another thing I got to get into. So, since we're talking about this, it's one price here. You go up to a place, you ask them how much something is. Whatever that price, whatever that price is, they say 1,000 pesos. I'll give you 500 pesos. Start from there. Everything is negotiable. Everything is negotiable. It doesn't matter what price you hear. Go to the next stall local, and they have these little stalls of people selling stuff. A bunch of these people are either in the same religion or they're in the same group selling the same stuff. You don't believe me? Ask them for something that you look and see that they ain't got. They'll say, hold on a minute. You just watch them, because they'll say, hold on a minute, stay right here. Because they want you to stay in there. They just leave, go 2 or 3 stalls down and go ask them, because they're all selling the same stuff from the same supplier or the same family. I got an iPhone 11 Pro Max. I had to go to every single one of them to ask them what the price is to get it fixed and to put a new screen on it. Then look at the price of it is if I just bought the screen in the United States. And one told me, one said 4,000 pesos. I said, really? Yeah, 4,000 pesos. 2,000. No, 2,000. 2,000. I'm like, look, bro. You want 4,000. I know that thing don't cost that much. And then he said, oh, you my friend. I'll give you special discount. 3,500 pesos. Let me think about it. Go to the next one. Whatever price he gives you, take 1,000 or 500 off of it. Or just say in half of whatever the price is. Because once you get away from here and you get further out, stuff gets cheaper. Because when you get away from the tourist area, Walking Street, SM Mall, Clark, airport area, where the casinos and all of this stuff is, you're getting to where Filipinos are dealing with Filipinos. So their pricing for stuff is different. You're paying a tourist tax, no matter where you get around it. And you get what you pay for here. Quality is something you're gonna have to learn to adjust to. Quality is something you're gonna have to learn to adjust to. Clothing, no matter what manufacturer it is, and I'll be honest with you, if you go in SM Mall, I think all that stuff in SM Mall is fake too. Damn, what did she call it? She said imitation. You know, like you go to Nipo Mall, Nipo Market, Genera, all the other stuff. It's all imitation. There ain't no Jordans over here unless you go to Manila. They might sell it in SM Mall, but I think all that stuff fake too. But everything in Nipo Mall is fake. All those Gucci, Coach, Chanel bags, they're all fake. Don't get none of that stuff wet. So quality is something you're gonna have to look for and expect to pay a little bit more for something of quality. For example, there's a place that makes jerseys. I've got a video, I've got a post about it. I looked at the work, because I want a Steve McNair jersey. And Steve McNair jerseys are hard to find. But getting one made over here You need to be specific about what you want done. You want it triple or quadruple stitched so that when you go to wash that thing after 4 or 5 times you're having it, those threads in it don't start coming loose. Like you want it sewn together so that it's pretty much a real jersey at that point. And they can do it. You just need to make sure, you need to clarify what it is you want them to do. Oh, here's the other thing. When it comes to when it comes to Filipinos. In America, we communicate back and forth like we're getting to the end of something. Filipinos communicate, I'm trying to think how to explain this. In America, we communicate, we're talking, and we talk moving forward. Filipinos, they talk like this. When they're talking to one another, when they're talking to you, they're talking like this. So I ain't gonna say all, but some of them, when they're talking to you, it doesn't necessarily mean that what you're asking them, they really understand it. They'll just be giving you a response. So keep that in mind when you're asking about something, when you're asking them for something. And you look at them in their eyes, and you can kind of tell they hear you, but they don't know what you're talking about, but they're kind of just saying, yeah. Give them a second, ask them again, and you may have to, do you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? You have to do that a couple times before they'll, I'm sorry, what are you saying? What do you mean? It's like directions. Asking a Filipino person, where is this? It's over there. What the hell is that? It's over there. Over there can mean down that way and to the left, down that way and to the right. You and I both know that. But to them, it's... So keep that in mind. Some or quite a few Filipinos, they know where things are, but they don't know what else is around them. Like that jersey place that I'm telling you about to go get jerseys made. They know where Marquee Mall is at. They don't know where that jersey place is at. They may know where a shawarma place is, or this place down here that sells food. I forget what they call it, but they call that something. But that's like a widely known thing on Walking Street because it's cheap Filipino food. I've said it plenty of times, don't drink the water. Eat places where you see other foreigners until you can get used to eating the local food. The local food is going to be something that has rice in it. Rice, fish, chicken, hot dog, some pork. Oh yeah, I just talked to, shout out to the brother that I talked to before I started this live. I would have started sooner. But me and him was talking how the food over here has less chemicals and poison in it. It's a fact. I've eaten the same stuff I was eating at home, including McDonald's and ice cream whenever I feel or felt like it. And I'm still losing weight. The same thing happened last time. Go to the gym 3-4 times a week. It's kind of about 4 times a week. Work out hard, get a good sweat going. But I'm still losing weight. When I went back to the States last time, the weight just started coming back. And I was going to the gym, working out, and I was actually eating less, going out eating less, and still walking. But the weight just started coming back. I couldn't figure out what it is, but then I started looking on the back of containers of stuff, and towards the end when I left last year, and I'm definitely looking more on the back of stuff now that I'm back here. And I noticed the difference, bro. Waking up in the morning, going to the gym 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes I may wait till later just to break it up, 6, 7. Then starting the day, like I got a list of stuff to work on, projects, and list of stuff to do when I get back home. So, but other than that, man, I sent my son out there where you at. He grabbed a big house for 3 weeks, hanging out with friends. I'm gonna get off and order dinner. Enjoy your vacation. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate that, bro. God bless. Be safe. Take life one day at a time, and keep doing what you've been doing, man. You've been being successful. You've been accomplishing your goals, establishing new ones. Keep rocking, man. Life is what we make of it. Life is what we make of it. If any of you guys have any comments, things you want to throw off in there, or questions, by all means, now's the time to throw them out there. I don't make videos on Walking Street at night because what happens on Walking Street stays on Walking Street. How much do you charge for a consultation? There's no such thing as a charge for consultation. If you ask me and I know it, I'll answer. You ask me and I know it, I'll answer. I can't charge somebody for something to help themselves and help their future when all the stuff I've gotten is from somebody helping me or me asking for some information from somebody. That's it. I get it, because that's a thing that people do. But if I had something that was a patent, it was a secret or special recipe or ingredient, sure. But some stuff looks weird. Some stuff looks weird. You catch what I'm saying? Some stuff looks weird, like that. That looks weird. That looks weird because I don't think that's his daughter. Looks like the family is getting ready to cook today. That's them pulling up in their little trike, getting ready to start cooking food for the day. But nope, I don't charge nothing for a consultation because a consultation is just, it could be messenger, it could be and plus Alex, with your experience, bro, you got it. All you need to do is find the best thing that's going to fit you. Would you like to have my find me on Facebook JPTV3000, or go to the home page on my YouTube channel, and you'll see a link to the Facebook page, or you can just type JPTV3000 into Facebook, and I should come up. And Messenger is usually the best way. Over here, internet is what it is. To make a phone call, I got to get somewhere that has a solid internet connection to use Wi-Fi calling. Um, I was in the Eurotel. The Eurotel's hit and miss. It's got good Wi-Fi in some rooms. Some rooms it's a little bit off. It just kind of depends. But well. Look who it is. Okay, I guess he's going back up that way, but he I know he's supposed to walk over here and try to, hey brother, try to sell me something. But I was trying to sell some Cialis Viagra, but he didn't see me this time. Otherwise he would have came over here. Hey brother. Also, you may hear somebody say, hey brother, hey friend. Just ignore it. Just take it with a grain of salt. They use that term a lot. So don't put too much behind that. Alright guys, I've been here long enough. Y'all be safe, take life one day at a time and enjoy it. You're not gonna get another one. So enjoy life. I'll see y'all later. Peace.